What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Tom Hardy says his son Louis guided his performance in Venom. The 41-year-old actor discussed the 10-year-old's influence while attending the movie's Los Angeles premiere Monday at the Regency Village Theater. Hardy told Entertainment Tonight he was pretty much in the driving seat for most of it, and I did use him as my anthology and mythology wizard. He says he told me what I was doing wrong, and I was doing more things wrong than I was doing right because children are deeply honest. He was my little spirit guide in that aspect. So as far as I'm concerned, I passed his test, and that's the best I could do. Venom is based on the Marvel Comics character of the same name, who was previously portrayed by Topher Grace in Spider-Man 3. The movie is directed by Ruben Fleischer and co-stars Michelle Williams and Riz Ahmed. Hardy said of the film, I have a really good feeling about it. I know the whole team has poured a lot of love into it, and I really enjoyed it. Hardy is parents to Louis with ex-girlfriend Rachel Speed. He previously told Variety he took the role in Venom due to his son's love for the character. The star says, first and foremost, I'm a dad. My son came to me with a specific character that he absolutely fell in love with. I started to take a look at myself, and then, as if by magic, a script appeared on the horizon. Venom opens in theaters on Friday. Miles Morales discovers there are even more Spider-Man out there in the latest trailer for the upcoming animated film Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. The clip released Tuesday explores how a strange device begins to merge universes and bring Miles, played by Shameik Moore, into contact with Peter Parker, played by Jake Johnson, and others who also have the powers of Spider-Man, including Spider-Gwen, played by Haley Steinfeld, and Spider-Man Noir, played by Nicolas Cage. As Peter takes Miles under his wing, the duo teams up with the other Spider-Men to stop the villainous Kingpin, played by Levi Shriver, and the device which threatens to destroy each universe. Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse is directed by Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, and Ronnie Rothman. Phil Lord and Chris Miller are producing the film with the screenplay by Lord. The film, which features highly stylized art that mimics the look of a comic book, is set to arrive in theaters on December 14th. Marshala Ali, Brian Tyree Henry, Luna Lauren Velez, and Lily Tomlin round up the rest of the voice cast. Ansel Elgort has been cast in the lead role in director Steven Spielberg's upcoming adaptation of West Side Story. Elgort, best known for his role in 2017's Baby Driver, will portray Tony, a member of the Jets who falls in love with Maria, the sister of the leader of the Sharks. The role of Tony was originated by Larry Kurt on Broadway and was portrayed by Richard Beimer in the 1961 version of West Side Story. West Side Story, a musical inspired by Romeo and Juliet, follows the story of rival street gangs of different racial backgrounds, whites and Puerto Ricans, and the love story that happens in the middle of their feud. Spielberg is also producing the film alongside Kevin McCollum and Christine Maskowska-Krieger. Production is set to begin in the summer of 2019. Robert Downey Jr.'s The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle has been delayed until January 17, 2020. The film, which stars Downey in the title role as a doctor who can talk with animals, was originally set to arrive in theaters on April 12, 2019. The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle is based on the 1920s children's book by Hugh Lofting. The books have been adapted into a number of films, including a 1967 version starring Rex Harrison and a 1998 film starring Eddie Murphy that spawns 4 sequels, with some entries going direct to video. The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle is being written and directed by Stephen Gahan. Tom Holland, Emma Thompson, Ralph Fiennes, Kumail Nanjiani, Octavia Spencer, John Cena, Rami Malek, Craig Robinson, Marion Cotillard, Francis de la Tour, and Carmen Ejogo are providing voice work for the project, with Antonio Banderas, Jim Broadbent, and Michael Sheen appearing in live-action roles, noted The Hollywood Reporter. Universal will be releasing Little, featuring Blackish star Marashi Martin, on Dr. Dolittle's original release date of April 12th. Paralympic Danielle Umstead and her professional partner Artem Chernestev got the boot on season 27 of Dancing with the Stars in Los Angeles Tuesday night. Still in the running for the coveted Mirror Ball Trophy are former Olympic gymnast Mary Lou Retton, radio personality Bobby Bones, Fuller House star Juan Pablo de Pace, model Alexis Wren, singer Tanish, Dukes of Hazzard and Smallville star John Schneider, Harry Potter icon Eva Lynch, former NFL star DeMarcus Ware, Disney Channel alum Milo Manheim, The Facts of Life actress Nancy McKeon, and Bachelor in Paradise star Joe Ambleville. Comedian Nikki Glazer was the first celebrity eliminated from the competition last week. Tom Bergeron and Aaron Andrews are the show's hosts. The judges panel is comprised of Caroline and Inaba, Len Goldman, and Bruno Tonini. Rachel Bloom's Rebecca Bunch is put behind bars in the new trailer for Season 4 of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. The clip released Tuesday features Rebecca at first accepting that she belongs in jail, but then quickly crying over her new predicament. Rebecca is seen getting ready to perform a musical number among red lights and jail props in the trailer, and Nathaniel Plimpton III, played by Scott Michael Foster, agrees to embark on a Death Wish adventure which involves him being thrown out of a moving van. Rebecca says while performing, "I plead guilty just for the symbolism of it." Crazy Ex-Girlfriend Season 4 will bring the musical comedy on the CW to an end. Bloom also is the creator of the show previously announced. The final season will begin airing on October 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Boss Baby continues his adventure at home and at Baby Corp headquarters in the new trailer for Season 2 of Netflix's The Boss Baby Back in Business. The clip released Tuesday introduced a new cutting-edge serum at Baby Corp that can eliminate smelly baby odors. News about how the secret product gets out, however, causing Boss Baby and his older brother Tim to take action. The trailer also hints at how the Boss Baby finds new rivals in the form of grumpy senior citizens and the return of Boss Baby characters such as Jimbo and Stacy. The Boss Baby Back in Business is a television continuation of DreamWorks Animation's Boss Baby film, returns to Netflix with Season 2 on October 12th. Yana Dillon won't return as host of World of Dance Season 3. The 37-year-old actress announced in the news in an Instagram post Monday, saying it was a, quote, absolute thrill to serve as the host of the NBC reality competition for 2 seasons. Dillon wrote, "I have some news to share. I will not be returning to the show as host of Season 3, but I won't be able to stay away for long and plan to return to mentor contestants as much as possible." She added, "It's been an absolute thrill to be a part of this incredible, groundbreaking show from the very beginning, and I'm forever grateful to my at NBC family, at J-Lo, at Derek Huff, at Neo, and everyone involved in this journey." She references to the World of Dance judges. Dillon, Jennifer Lopez, Derek Huff, and Neo. Dillon didn't offer an explanation for her departure, but did tease exciting news to come. She says, "Can't wait to share more news with you. Much love to everyone." Dillon confirmed her exit in a tweet to a fan Tuesday. She wrote, "I will be back Season 3 for mentoring on and off." World of Dance completed its second season in September. Dillon is presently playing Julian Lynn on the Fox series The Resident in a recurring capacity. Amazon is giving a series order to its Wheel of Time adaptation. Amazon Studios head Jennifer Saul confirmed plans Tuesday in London to adapt the Robert Jordan fantasy book series with Sony Pictures Television, according to Variety. The Wheel of Time series consists of 14 novels and sold more than 90 million copies worldwide. The series follows Marianne, a member of the all-female organization Aes Sedai, as she embarks on a journey with 5 others across the world. Saul said, The Wheel of Time is endlessly fascinating and resonates hugely with fans as one of the best-selling global book franchises, and we're drawn to its timely narrative featuring powerful women at the core. She also added, "We're thrilled to extend our relationship with devotees who have found the book series transformative and welcome new ones by bringing it into life on Prime Video for viewers worldwide." Deadline says Ralph Judkins will adapt the series and serve as a showrunner and executive producer. Rick Selvage and Larry Monadragan will co-executive produce with Jordan's widow, Harriet Madugo, as consulting producer. Sony Pictures co-president Chris Parnell said, "In Ralph Judkins, we found a brilliant visionary that is a true fan of the books and ready to bring Robert Jordan's world to life." The Wheel of Time series will launch in over 200 countries and territories on Amazon Prime Video. Emma Stone is opening up about her lifelong struggle with anxiety. The 29-year-old actress shared details about her experience in an interview Monday with Dr. Harold S. Kopelix for the Child Mind Institute. Stone recalled, after first grade, before I went into second grade, I had my first panic attack. It was really, really terrifying and overwhelming. She said, I was at a friend's house and all of a sudden I was convinced the house was on fire and it was burning down. I was just sitting in her bedroom and obviously the house wasn't on fire, but there was nothing in me that didn't think we were going to die. The La La Land star had frequent panic attacks for the next 2 years before seeking a therapist. The therapist diagnosed her with generalized anxiety and panic disorder, but only shared her diagnosis with her mother. Stone said, I'm very grateful I didn't know that I had a disorder. I wanted to be an actor, and there weren't a lot of actors who spoke about having panic attacks. Stone previously discussed her anxiety in an interview with Rolling Stone in December 2016. She said, she wrote the book, I Am More Than My Anxiety, as a child, would help her cope with the disorder. The star shared, I drew a little green monster on my shoulder that speaks to me in my ear and tells me all these things that aren't true, and every time I listen to it, it grows bigger. If I listen to it enough, it crushes me. She says, but if I turn my head and keep doing what I'm doing, let it speak to me, but don't give it the credit it deserves, then it shrinks down and fades away. Stone most recently starred in the Netflix series Maniac. She'll reprise Wichita in the movie Zombieland 2, and will also star as Cruella de Vil in the upcoming Disney film Cruella. Hundreds of items belonging to late actor Robin Williams and his wife Marcia Garces are set to go on auction later this week in New York City, a sale that is expected to benefit several charitable organizations. The collection, which includes wristwatches, film, and sports memorabilia and artworks, were on display at the Sotheby's New York location ahead of the Thursday auction. The exhibit is titled Creating a Stage, the collection of Marcia and Robin Williams. Among the items expected to fetch the highest bids are a collection of 20 bronzes by sculptor Magdalena Abramovitz called Caminado, 20 walking figures, and a Banksy painting titled Happy Choppers. Sotheby's expected each item to go for between $400,000 and $600,000. The auction also features 40 wristwatches from Williams' personal collection, including the one he wore during the filming of Dead Poets Society. Sotheby's expects the rectangular quartz watch, which includes an engraving, to fetch between $1,000 and $2,000. Williams' Golden Globe Awards for his roles in Mork and Mindy, Good Morning Vietnam, The Fisher King, and Mrs. Doubtfire also will go to auction. Proceeds from the sales will benefit Human Rights Watches, the Christopher and Diane Reeve Foundation, Challenge Athletics Foundation, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, the Wounded Warrior Project, and a scholarship to the Juilliard School in New York. The Oscar-winning actor died of a suicide on August 11, 2014, at the age of 63. Post Malone appeared on The Tonight Show and discussed how Justin Bieber played a part in him getting his first tattoo. Malone, who is covered in tattoos, explained to host Jimmy Fallon that while he was working on his first album, Stoney, he came across a tattoo artist and figured if Bieber could take the pain associated with getting ink, that he could too. Malone says, I was just like, you know what, Justin Bieber's got some tats, and I love you, but I know I'm way tougher than you. Malone's first tattoo was of the Playboy Buddy logo, which he said Bieber ruined when the pair met to play basketball days after Malone had the tattoo work. Malone says, I guess Justin was watching this interview in the future when I said I was tougher than him because we played basketball like 2 days later, and he knocked the whole thing off, and there was just blood dripping down my hand. He continued, it kind of looks like my tattoo got dropped in lava, but I like the story anyways. Malone also performed his new song Sunflower, which will appear in the upcoming Spider-Man animated film SpiderMan Into the Spiderverse. John Legend has announced his first holiday album titled A Legendary Christmas, which will be accompanied by a tour. A Legendary Christmas, set for release on October 26, will feature 8 classic Christmas songs, along with 6 new tracks. Stevie Wonder and Esperanza Spalding are featured guest stars. The accompanying tour begins November 15th at the Ruth Eckerd Hall in Clearwater, Florida, before wrapping up on December 30th at the San Diego Civic Center in San Diego. Legend will also be performing in cities including Atlanta, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Denver, and Los Angeles, among others. Tickets for the general public go on sale on Friday, with the pre-sale taking on Wednesday, 10 a.m. local time. Legend teased a legendary Christmas on Instagram Monday, previewing songs from the album and a holiday photo shoot he had with his wife Chrissy Teigen and their 2-year-old daughter Luna. His son Miles is also featured in the video. Singer and actor Tyrese Gibson is a dad of 2. The 39-year-old star took to Instagram Monday after welcoming a baby girl, Soraya Lee Gibson, with wife Samantha Lee Gibson. Gibson shared a photo of his newborn daughter's footprints. He is also parents to 11-year-old daughter Shayla Summer with ex-wife Norma Gibson. The actor wrote, "Father God, we love you for delivering on your promise. Princess Soraya Lee Gibson is here. 8 pounds, 6 ounces. Our lives just changed forever. Hashtag Princess Gibson, hashtag Shayla's little sister, hashtag Samantha Gibson's greatest mother of all time." He also added, "My wife is a real champion. 30 hours of labor. I witnessed firsthand the strength of a woman. Thank you, Jesus. We are so humbled by your grace and love and forever." The Fast and the Furious star followed up Tuesday with the picture of himself sleeping by Soraya's crib. Gibson wrote, "Already on hashtag Daddy Duties, we know our daughter came here to change things. We want to say thank you and we appreciate your prayers and love." He vowed, "We are both overjoyed with our new angel, Soraya Lee Gibson, and exhausted. Soraya, we are going to love you and protect you till the end of this earth." Gibson and Samantha married in February 2017 and announced Samantha's pregnancy in an interview with People in April. Gibson says, "Both of our family and love and energy and magic and families are bounded forever because we're going to have this child." Gibson plays Roman Pierce in the Fast and Furious movies and will reprise the role in a new sequel in 2020. He will also star in the forthcoming movie Desert Eagle. The South Korean boy band BTS will appear for the first time on the Graham Norton Show. The K-pop group's agency, Big Hit Entertainment, confirmed BTS will perform on the October 12th episode of the BBC talk show, according to Yonhap News Agency. BTS will appear alongside actors Whoopi Goldberg, Rosamund Pike, Jamie Dornan, and singer Harry Connick Jr. The group will be in Europe from October 9th to the 20th as part of its Love Yourself World Tour. Metro reports BTS will perform its single Idol. The song appears on BTS's album Love Yourself Answer, which debuted in August. BTS appeared on the U.S. talk shows The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon and Good Morning America last week. The group will perform in Chicago and New York this week before heading to London. Music superstar Taylor Swift will open the 2018 American Music Awards. The 20-year-old singer confirmed as much in an Instagram video Tuesday after announcing the news on Good Morning America. She captioned the post, "I'm opening up the American Music Awards with the performance of I Did Something Bad. Meredith is not excited, but I am. Hashtag AMAs." The clip shows Swift lounging with her cat Meredith. The star says in the video, "Good Morning America, it's Taylor. I just wanted to say I'm going to be opening up with the American Music Awards with the performance." The American Music Awards confirmed the news on its official Twitter account. The post reads, "At Taylor Swift 13 will open the hashtag AMAs with her first awards show performance in almost 3 years. And she's performing I Did Something Bad 1 week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC, hashtag Taylor Swift's AMAs." The 2018 American Music Awards will take place October 9th in Los Angeles. Swift is nominated for 4 awards, including Artist of the Year and Favorite Pop Rock Album for Reputation. Cardi B, Mariah Carey, Halsey, Carrie Underwood, Ciara, and Missy Elliott are among the other performers. Ciara said in a tweet last week that she has something really special planned for her performance with Elliott. Charles Aznavour, the beloved French crooner who had a UK platinum hit with She, has died at the age of 94. A spokesperson said the star passed away at one of his homes in the southeast of France, the BBC reported. Born in 1924 to Armenian immigrants who fled to Paris to escape Turkish persecution, Aznavour would later draw on his early experiences of poverty and isolation to infuse his music with pathos and poetry. The 5'3" performer would later joke, according to a 2015 profile in the Daily Mail, "Luckily for me, I was small and poor. I had a lot to write about." In the 1940s, he began writing songs while working in a nightclub double act, launching an 8-decade entertainment career over which he sold more than 180 million records and featured in over 60 films, said the BBC. Azovar is estimated said to have written or co-written more than 1,000 songs in his lifetime, not only in French, but also in English, Italian, German, Spanish, Russian, and Armenian. He was a familiar face on the movie screens too, most notably in the 1960 black comedy Shoot the Pianist. While his mastery of the French chanson tradition secured him as a legendary status along with figures such as Edith Piaf and Jacques Brel, his style and influence extended beyond the borders of his hometown. His song She, one of many he penned in English, was a #1 hit in the UK in 1974, and a 1999 cover by Elvis Costello also reached the top 20 after it appeared on the soundtrack to the romantic comedy Notting Hill. In that same year that She re-entered the charts, Azovar was named the entertainer of the 20th century in a poll of Time magazine readers. Even in his 90s, he was still performing to packed stadiums, said France 24. Azovar was 94 years old. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1967, Woody Guthrie, the godfather of the 1950s folk revival movement, dies. In 1963, Bob Dylan was asked by the authors of a forthcoming book on Woody Guthrie to contribute a 25-word comment summarizing his thoughts on the man who had probably been his greatest formative influence. Dylan responded instead with the 194-line poem called The Thoughts on Woody Guthrie, which took as its theme the eternal human search for hope. Dylan asked in the poem, "And where do you look for this hope that you're seeking?" Before proceeding to a kind of answer. You can go to the church of your choice, or you can go to the Brooklyn State Hospital. You can find God in the church of your choice. You can find Woody Guthrie in Brooklyn State Hospital. Woodrow Wilson Guthrie, whom Dylan would later call the true voice of the American spirit, was a native of Oklahoma, who was born in 1912 and thus entered adulthood just as America entered the Great Depression. Already an accomplished self-taught musician, Woody Guthrie began writing music in earnest following his experiences traveling west to California and with other Dust Bowl refugees in the 1930s. His first public exposure came during the latter part of that decade as a regular on radio station KFVD Los Angeles, but his most important work took place following a move to New York City in 1939. In his first 2 years in New York, Guthrie made a series of landmark recordings for Alan Lomax of the Library of Congress, as well as the album Dust Bowl Ballads, which served as the first introduction for many to a form that Guthrie helped pioneer, protest folk. Most famously in This Land Is Your Land, written in 1940 and first recorded in 1944, Guthrie fused long-established American musical traditions with the populist left-wing political sensibility to create an entire new template for contemporary folk. In doing so, of course, he laid the groundwork not only for the great folk revival of the 1950s and 60s, but also for such iconoclastic heirs of that movement, such as Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen. In his late 30s, Woody Guthrie began to fall ill despite the ambiguous physical and psychological symptoms of what would eventually be diagnosed as Huntington's chorea, a generic disorder that had probably killed his mother in 1930. In the 1950s, treatment for Huntington's generally meant institutionalization in a psychiatric hospital, and Woody Guthrie spent his final 12 years in such facilities. In fact, it was in New Jersey's Greystone Park Psychiatric Hospital that a young Bob Dylan first encountered the man he traveled all the way from Minnesota to see. Guthrie was moved to Brooklyn State Hospital in 1961 and again in 1966 at the Creedmoor Psychiatric Center in the borough of Queens. He died at Creedmoor on this date in 1967 at the age of 55. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.